flight in Shawnee opens.
And some passengers with American Airlines experience an emergency landing in Oklahoma.
Welcome to News 30. I'm Lindsay Skinner.
And I'm Jake Nelson. Last Wednesday, citizens of Oklahoma gathered together for Rose Day. Rose Day is to promote the sanctity of life of unborn children. Nicole Smith reported on the event throughout the day.
On Wednesday, February 4th, a multitude of organizations gathered at the state capitol for an annual event known as the Rose Day Rally. All morning long, people were walking into the offices of legislatures to hand them roses in support of pro-life. The Baptist General Convention of Oklahoma was one of the major sponsors of the event. I spoke with Brian Hobbs, the communication director of the BGCO, about the history of Rose Day.
Historically, the rose symbol of love, but several years ago, 25 years ago in fact, two ladies believed that that would be a unique representation of love, of God's gift of life, and started this event. And Southern Baptists quickly latched on, and the event just grew and grew and grew.
Earlier that morning, House Bill 1409, a bill regarding pro-life, was heard and passed. The bill will provide more information online for women who are seeking an abortion and increase the amount of time that a woman must wait for the procedure. I had the opportunity to speak with Representative Lisa Billy, the author of the bill, just before it was heard.
It's irrevocable. You can't undo it once it's done. So our thought in putting the bill together is to allow her an opportunity, which would be 3 days now, so we're going to add 48 hours to that, to sort of absorb all the information.
Later during the rally, Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb showed his support for pro-life and read this statement from Governor Mary Fallin.
The Baptist General Convention of Oklahoma and the Catholic Charities, in recognition of your unwavering support and advocacy for the sanctity of life, I would like to present this commendation honoring your dedication to protecting the lives of the unborn. By continuing the Rose Day tradition at the Oklahoma Capitol, you are giving a voice to those unborn lives who cannot speak for themselves.
The current anti-abortion legislation passed by the House now moves on to the Senate. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Nicole Smith, News 30.
And while Nicole was reporting on the event, Lindsay, you got to talk to some people at Rose Day about their personal stories.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Skinner. We're here today at the Oklahoma State Capitol, where many residents from all over Oklahoma are gathering together to support the sanctity of unborn children. Upon arrival, you will receive a rose, and you can deliver this rose to your senators, your governor, and the House of Representatives, whichever you choose. It's really just people gathering together to support unborn children. I've heard many of their stories, and I've heard their hearts, and something I can say that they all think as they're just gathering together to support this cause. Here are their stories. Mandy Parkhurst actually had a remarkable story to give from the floor of the House of Representatives.
I was 2 weeks shy of my high school graduation. I just barely turned 18 when I walked into an abortion clinic, determined to erase a mistake. Society had told me that abortion would make it all go away, that it would be easy and I could go on with my life like nothing had ever happened in the first place.
After her abortion, Mandy had developed a very different perspective.
But that abortion left me forever changed, because although it removed the baby from my womb, it couldn't take it from my mind, and it couldn't take it from my heart.
Mandy Parkhurst now has a very powerful message to share.
I will do everything in my power to stop those who are considering an abortion.
As Mandy Parkhurst shares her story, there are many other women who have had life-changing experiences with abortion as well. Gwendolyn Poteet shares her story.
I understand now that my mom thought that she was doing what was best for me, to really try to strongly encourage me not to have my baby, but just within me. You know, Romans says that right and wrong is written on the heart of every man, and so I just didn't want to have the abortion.
Also, a woman at Rose Day by the name of Pat Stevens shared the story of what a pregnancy center did for her and her loved ones.
And it just meant so much to me, and then one of my own was pregnant out of wedlock, and And the pregnancy center just helps us so much. We had a shower for her, and it turned out really well.
I'm Lindsay Skinner, reporting from the Oklahoma State Capitol for News 30.
The Tulsa International Airport had an emergency landing on their tarmac Monday. An American Airlines plane en route from Dallas-Fort Worth to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, had to make an emergency landing after it was reported by the pilots that there was an unusual odor in the cockpit. The plane began having issues about 45 minutes into the flight. Fire trucks and hazmat crews surrounded the plane once it landed, and all the passengers were evacuated and transported to the terminal. That evening, passengers of the American Airlines flight were put into a motel courtesy of the company. American Airlines officials still haven't said what caused the odor in the cockpit.
Last semester, we reported on Ebola and the threat it had on the United States. Now, there is a celebration in Texas. The Ebola survivors, Dr. Kent Brantley, Nina Pham, and Amber Vinson, had a reunion celebration at the Dallas County Commissioner's Courthouse. They were honored on the Dallas Morning News as the 2014 Texans of the Year. These survivors were fortunate that the experimental treatments helped cure them of this disease, but there is still no FDA-approved vaccine.
100 people have been waiting for the Shawnee Chick-fil-A to open. Got their reward early this morning. Next.
Neurosurgeon Ben Carson visited Edmond, Oklahoma this week. He spoke at the Cox Center, but also visited Mardell's for a book signing. It has been speculated that Carson will be on the Republican ticket for the next presidential election, despite him having no professional political experience. Carson supporters are hopeful for Carson to run and have started to runbenrun.org campaign. Volunteer Darlene Jackson shared her feelings about Carson entering the presidential race.
The United States has seen more measles cases this year than any full year since 2000, which caused senators in Washington to address the issue Tuesday. During a Senate Health Committee, senators pushed in favor of vaccinating children because of the outbreak. They were joined by the CDC's immunization chief, Dr. Ann Schuchat, who additionally encouraged vaccination of children and that parents be aware of how the vaccinations protect their children. A total of 17 states have been confirmed measles cases.
As Valentine's Day approaches, several companies are offering special deals for the special day. Waffle House will be dressing in their fancy attire by laying out white tablecloths and candles for their Valentine's Day dinner guests. Qdoba is promoting their smothered burritos with their Valentine's buy one, get one free for a kiss. Smothered for a smooch is the promotion, and all you have to do is bring in your Valentine, share a smooch, and you get one free smothered burrito. Starbucks is actually having an event the day before Valentine's Day on the 13th, called the World's Largest Starbucks Date on February 13th from 2 p.m. to close. You can invite a special someone via their website. The National Retail Federation actually expects that Valentine's holidays spending this year will reach almost $19 billion. This morning, 100 people were awarded 52 coupons for being the first to enter the Shawnee Chick-fil-A. I went on Wednesday to share in the excitement. Hi, I'm Lindsay Skinner, and I'm here today at the Chick-fil-A's First 100. They're offering coupons to the first 100 customers here. You have to stay 24 hours until around 6 in the morning. We actually got an inside view of Chick-fil-A, and everyone here is so excited to be here. For many people, this is their first time at any kind of event like this.
Get some free food! Yeah. Woo! Absolutely. Be rave customers. Be rave fans. We are here to welcome Chick-fil-A to Shawnee. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Stacy Brown works at the Shawnee District Attorney's Office. This is what she had to say.
Me and a couple co-workers came out and we're just trying to win Chick-fil-A for a year.
Even Oklahoma Baptist University was represented by students who made a spontaneous last-minute decision.
I'm Ben Whitmore, and I'm staying overnight so that I can be one of the first 100 at Chick-fil-A.
Yes, is this your first time to do this, Ben?
Yes, it is.
Great. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. This is the first time I've ever done this. It's super fun.
Yeah. Though it's a little chilly out, there are games and activities happening at Chick-fil-A's First 100. Jeff Madison, who's in charge of the Shawnee Chick-fil-A, had this to say about its opening.
Everywhere, people, even if it's another restaurant, the workers, the guests that are there are pumped. I mean, I keep telling the corporate Chick-fil-A people, this town is on fire for Chick-fil-A, so I hope that
it's going to be good.
The grand opening is a huge, huge success.
The month of February is Black History Month, and this month we will be telling stories honoring the past and looking toward the future. Events will be happening at Oklahoma Baptist University. We'll be having events like this afternoon, where Prophet Bailey presented the famous I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King Jr. Other events include African American Read-In on February 24th at 10 a.m. and gospel music service featuring visiting gospel choirs from local Baptist churches on February 27th at 7:30 p.m. After the break, we'll be looking for your weekly weather update with Tayama Cortez.
We almost had the feeling of spring in the air earlier this week. But now it is cooled down again. Let's hear from Tiami about this crazy weather.
Thank you, Lindsay. We've seen some new records of high temperatures this past week, but we do have a cooling trend coming up, including a chance of snow. Right now, of 40 degrees with a little bit of cloud cover and some light winds. We reached a high of 48 today, which is not too far from the normal temperatures being 51 degrees. Across the state, we have seen temperatures all across the board, with the warmer patterns being towards the western side of the state. Lawton got all the way up to 53 degrees, while we only reached 38 in Ponca City and 39 in Tulsa. Later on tonight, we should see temperatures dropping down to the lower 30s and upper 20s. It should stay right at the freezing mark at 32 degrees here in Shawnee, while temperatures out towards Okemah will drop down to about 27. This past weekend, we saw some warm temperatures with record highs on both Sunday and Monday, topping out at 28 on Sunday. As we look on into tomorrow, we should start out around 31 at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, then getting up to 51 at noon. As we head towards the evening hours, the clouds should move on out, resulting in temperatures in the lower 60s, then cooling down to 47 at 8 p.m. We'll see warm temperatures on Saturday with a high of 71, then temperatures dropping off into the 30s by Saturday night and then getting up to 41 on Sunday. Tuesday gives us a chance of snow showers in the morning, with temperatures topping out right under 40 degrees. As we head into later next week, we will see a warming trend, reaching up to 54 degrees with plenty of sun. That's all for this weather. You have a happy Valentine's Day, and here's Hannah Lonsberry with your arts and entertainment.
Enjoying themselves.
And why should we attend the Profs show?
To laugh with and at us. We try to take ourselves mostly seriously, but not all the way. So just to have a good time, just to do something really different. Just, of course, to see your professors in a different light and sort of let our hair down, not literally, but, you know, just to have a good evening.
The band consists of Andrew Armand on keys, Kanan Crane on lead vocals, Brad Jett on lead guitar, John McWilliams on bass, Corey Fuller on drums, and new addition D.H. Stillbeck with guitar and vocals. The show starts on Friday, February 13th at 8 o'clock in the Lower Geiger Center. Now remember, this band only performs every 2 years, so don't miss out on this rare opportunity to rock out with the Profs. That's all for this week's Arts and Entertainment. I'm Hannah Lounsbury, reporting for News 30.
The Thunder rolls on with Kevin Durant back on the court. Laura Hickman has your sports update next.
Welcome back. Here's Laura Hickman with sports.
The OKC Thunder star center Kendrick Perkins was suspended by the NBA after he initiated contact with the player and proceeded to headbutt him during the Thunder's game against the New Orleans Pelicans on Saturday. Perkins got upset about a call with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. He then proceeded to lunge at Pelicans guard Tyreke Evans. The suspension lasted for 1 game without pay. During the Thunder's game against the Los Angeles Clippers on Sunday, Steve Adams, a center for OKC, was fouled hard and injured his right hand. That was his shooting hand. But instead of giving up the free throws, he shot both of them with his left hand. He completely missed the first shot, but the second was nothing but net. Adams underwent surgery Monday morning and is expected to be out for 3 weeks before he rejoins the Thunder. The University of Oklahoma men's basketball team got a huge win in the top 20 matchup against Iowa State Monday night. The 17th ranked Sooners went head-to-head with 14th state Iowa State in Norman in what was supposed to be a close game. But OU had a different plan with a huge victory of 94-83 over the Cyclones. The Sooners were led in scoring by Tashawn Thomas with 22 points, followed by Isaiah Cousins, who had 19 points, and Buddy Hield with 17 points. Iowa State's top scorer, Dustin Hogue, had a season high of 19 points. This win put OU in sole possession of the second-place spot in the Big 12 Conference. The Sooners will get a short break before they head out to Manhattan, Kansas on Saturday to face the unranked Kansas State Wildcats. It's an exciting time for the OBU Bison football team as they added 31 new members to the squad last Wednesday during OBU's National Signing Day. Head coach Chris Jensen said, "We're really excited about this class overall and really pleased with the quality of guys coming in. There are 19 new offensive players and 12 new defensive players. It will be very exciting to see how much the new Bison help out the team next season." The OBU baseball team started out their season with an exciting win against York, Nebraska, as senior pitcher Kelvin Rivas threw a no-hitter in the 12-0 win on Friday. This was Rivas' second no-hitter in the past 2 seasons. He finished with 10 total strikeouts and only 3 total runners on base. Their next game will be right here in Shawnee against McPherson College on Friday the 13th. Hopefully they will be lucky enough to pull out another win. Lindsay and Jake, back to you.
If you're looking to spoil your Valentine's this year, here's a chocolate bar for you. You might need to save your money for this $260 bar of chocolate.
Isn't that right? Except it takes 4 to 5 months to make, so you should have planned ahead. This delicious treat is made from where? Cacao, found in Ecuador, and may be the most expensive bar of chocolate in the world.
The co-founder of Toac Chocolate has nothing remorse about the hefty price tag. His company in Ecuador is in a perfect low humidity area to make the chocolate. The bar is only available online in select wine stores, though.
Remember to be looking out for News 30 in this community, but also at our social media site. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook by searching Shawnee News 30.
You can also find our tweets by searching #News30.
We will be back next week. Have a great night.